Hello and welcome to the show. Today I have my friend Kristine. She's been known me for over 40 years. I grew up in Montauk, Long Island, and we went to high school together. Welcome, Kristine.
You. Thank you for having me.
Since you've known me so long, what can you share anything with the audience about me way back when?
Yeah, you've always had a very kind heart, always a love for people, very quiet. You're much more outgoing now than you were then.
Definitely.
And we kind of knew each other in high school, and I'm just really over the last year or two, three, I think now or four, we've really gotten to know each other a lot better. And I truly cherish you as a friend and healer as well.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So, just to give the audience, so when you first saw it, so you knew me way back in high school. So once you started seeing what I was doing, posting the stuff online, what was your first thought?
Well, I've been to a psychic here and there, and I kind of believe what you put out, you get back. So I'm like, well, I don't know, like maybe, okay, well, let's see. And then when a mutual friend of ours called, and I quote, this is not my quote, called you batshit crazy. I needed to reach out to you to see if you were okay.
Oh,
I'm the one that wasn't okay, but that's a whole other topic.
so I know it, like people like, what the heck is this? So I totally understand that. I was a non-believer way back then. When somebody said they were going to do remote Reiki, I'm like, yeah, okay. But now I'm working with people all over the world via Zoom and doing crazy stuff. So now you are hooked. What we're going to do, we're going to tell your story, your hospital stay in September and our session from the other day. So sound good?
Sure.
So I'm just going to read. So you texted me. So just to give the audience an idea, this was all through text. You were in the hospital and we did it the whole session via text. So on September 7th at 1:30 in the afternoon, you're like, need some healing. I'm admitted to the hospital and with a bowel obstruction. I need the obstruction to release itself. I have a tube in my nose down into my stomach to drain fluids. I've only eaten ice cubes for 3 days. If you could do some miracle work, it would be greatly appreciated.
I'd been in actually for 3 days, and I had been on morphine, and I was really kind of out of it. And that was at the time when the pain had gone down a little bit enough where they had weaned me off the morphine and got me on, I think it was Tylenol. So I was coming, I was a little bit out of it before then. Should have thought to call you 3 days earlier, but that's
right. I know. I'm like, can you not wait till you're ready to jump off the cliff to call? But so I asked you, did anything happen prior to this? You don't have to elaborate, but it's just to share that how our emotions affect our physical body.
Yeah, and the stress did this, and there's no doubt in my mind. This was actually the fourth bowel obstruction that I've had. So I've no doubt that it was, and you pegged it. And it's even my son actually even said to me, he goes, that stress did not help this situation when he visited me in the hospital. So it was definitely brought on by stress. I firmly believe that.
Yeah. Like your stomach was in knots, basically, like literally.
Literally.
Literally, right. So later that day, later on that night, I released some trauma, some emotions, some stress, some toxins, and I asked how you were doing. So you felt a little bit of that, and then later on that night, I love this part. At 8 o'clock that night, I texted you. I said I just released some more toxins, medication toxicity, radiation, childhood immunizations, released all that. And what happened?
Well, I think it's important to say I've had a lot of medical history, and I've unfortunately for me been through chemotherapy and radiation. So I did have a lot of medical toxins in my body, and it's not a joke. I had the tube went up my nose down into my stomach. And as you said, we did this all via text message because I had a roommate and I didn't think I didn't want to go from the hospital bed to the loony bin, seriously. And my husband even said, he looked at me and he goes, you're texting Debbie right now, aren't you? He knew, like, he just was really funny. He knew. And I'm going to start to cry. The craziest thing happened. It was like I heard, and all of a sudden, all this stuff came up out of my stomach, up through the tube, up into the thing, I don't know if they call it behind you, that takes all the bile and stuff that comes out of you, all this dark matter. And it might, again, I've had this on up my nose for 3 days, and it was, it's bile and whatever, but this is like black stuff just came flying out. It sounded like a tornado coming out of my stomach. I never would have believed it had it not happened to me. I would have said, you're insane. It's not true. It's true. It happened.
So yeah, so all these toxins, you saw the tube, it was all black stuff. And then you, so then I texted you again. I'm like, I just released a little more. And you're like, oh my God, it happened again. This is insane, right?
It's crazy. I would not believe it had it not happened to me.
Oh my gosh. So that was the night, the night you texted me in the afternoon, and we did that night. And then I actually did a alignment of the lumbar, the pelvis, the L1, L2, the sacrum, because I'm like, there was like a kink there, and all of a sudden, what happened when I did the alignment?
Yeah, the next morning, I think it was you know the time frame better than me, because it's all a little bit obviously in the hospital circumstance I was under, but fortunately for me, I was able to go to the bathroom, and I was able to have the tube removed, and I avoided surgery.
Yeah. You're like, dodge the knife, going home.
Yep.
So pretty crazy, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they scared me when I was and this is leading into the next session that we just had. They scared me in there, and that when after your bowel obstruction, they want you on a low fiber diet. So I've been eating low fiber stuff, which isn't the healthiest for you. So it's certainly not. And I have some digestive issues and whatnot. And I've been having problems with that. And then we work together, you talk about that just the other day, and it's just, I feel, and I've gained a bit of weight since I got out of hospital, because eating low fiber, you're just not making the best choices. And, salads are off the table, and it's when I said, you know what, now I need to start back on. And then just the other day, we did a session with the parasites, and was it 2 days ago? It wasn't 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
I said, you know what, I know what they told me, I'm going to start eating my salads again. And you remove the parasites, and I'm down 2 pounds and probably about a half inch already. So I'm going in the right direction.
So it's funny, a little backup on that story. So the day before, we did a session like on Zoom, and I added a part. New stuff comes through every day. It's so crazy. So I actually texted you, right? I said, just FYI, you might feel this. I just released some more parasites, and you didn't see that text. But you remember?
Yeah. So I didn't see it. You texted me, I think at like 7:30 at night or something, and I'm the worst with my cell phone, so I didn't pay attention. And the next morning I got up, and I normally have, again, digestive issues, and I could be in the bathroom for a while, and if I'm still struggling with that, and I was in and out, and literally 2 minutes, if that. And my husband even said, well, that was quick. And I said, I know. And I completely, I feel so good. Like my stomach feels really good. And it's the best, movement I've had in a really long time. And then I got your text message, and I was like, oh my God.
You can't make this stuff up, right?
No, you can't.
I love, the proof. Now, we have the medical, like I said, I released the stuff, and literally a tornado comes through the tube, and so that was cool to have. And just so it's just so interesting what can be done this way. We don't need big pharma, we don't need meds. We really, so much has been hidden from us to do it the holistic way. So we're all learning, right?
Yeah, well, I can't thank you enough, because I firmly believe if as I said, that was the 4th bowel obstruction I've had, and I really, the doctor was amazed that I didn't need surgery. Like, I think I can't remember exactly what time it was or whatever. I think it was right after the tube, or maybe right when that happened. The doctor came in with his assistant, and he looked and he goes, she just might get away with this. And I was like, I got chills going, oh, okay. Because I could just tell, like, when I first got admitted, they wanted to take me right into surgery. And I'm like,
oh,
no.
yeah.
No, we're gonna ride this out a little bit. I can live on life chips for a little bit. And I just really got goosebumps when you know, I started working with you, and he said, literally the guy, he goes, she just might get away with this. Like, I mean, like the doctor was amazed, like,
Blown away, right?
yeah.
Oh my God.
So thank
So
you.
good. You're welcome. I love it. Love it. Love it. So yeah, so parting words to share with the audience if to give it a try, right?
Yeah, and she's not batshit crazy.
No, not that. Definitely not. Definitely
Feel
not.
free to call me. Anybody can call me and ask me.
Yes, yes. Well, it's been awesome working with you. I love you. And thank you for coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.
You too.
Bye.